Let's talk practical marriage and relationships. So, hi, Vinia, I'm Cindy. And the one most important thing about marriage is communication. And I honestly cannot stress it enough how important communication is. So, practically, what does that look like? What does that look like in your marriage, in your relationships? What does communication truly look like, right? First and foremost, I'm going to start off with first and foremost, when you look at communication, I want to start off with a Bible scripture. It's called Ephesians 4:29, and it says, "Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them." Okay, so let's start off with that. We look at 4:29, right? It says, "Let everything you do be good, be helpful, and that it is an encouragement." So that doesn't mean to say that like you can't talk about anything that's negative or something that's a problem. What that means is when you talk about those things in your relationships, when you talk about those things to your husband or your wife, make sure that it's encouraging, make sure that it's positive, make sure that it's in a way that they can actually grow from it, learn from it, and not shrink and go and get into a defensive state or defensive posture. Because what happens in that state when somebody goes into a defensive posture, oh, I've got to protect. Nothing you say is going to come through. Nothing you say is actually going to be absorbed. They're not going to hear it, right? So that at the end of think about it, at the end of the day, you want the best for your partner. You want the best for your husband. You want the best for your wife. The only way to achieve that is by truly stepping into helping, stepping into the energy of actually doing. How can I say this in a way that's encouraging? How can I say in a way that's empowering? How can I say this in a way that's going to help them? Okay. So with that being said, sorry, they're just checking something over here. So many things are going on. Um, so how do you make sure that what you're saying is coming across empowering, especially when you have a very difficult thing that you discuss or something that's a little bit not quite else, but a little bit like okay. I'm gonna teach you the method called the communication sandwich. Okay, same thing when it comes to your communication. You want like a little bit of a sandwich. You want the bread to be something positive, and in between you want it to be what it is that you want to discuss. Okay, then you want to go in with something positive. So for example, if you let's look at you teaching your kid something, and let's look at them unpacking the dishwasher. Gosh, you can start off with saying, really, I'm impressed at how fast you got the dishwasher unpacked today. That was really good. Two, then you go, when we, just so that you're aware, when we look at unpacking the dishwasher, you may want to check each plate first before packing them in, because I've noticed that some plates are going into the dishwasher that are not fully clean, that's coming out of the dishwasher going, that's not fully clean, right? And then you want to go, but you know what? With that said, the way you're stacking the dishwasher, awesome job. You're getting so much in there. You're not just throwing them in there, you're stacking them really well. You see what I did there? There's in between there, you've addressed the issue of the plates not being, checked before they go into the cupboard, but you've put it in such a way that you're not actually feeling defensive. You're not feeling like, oh, I'm just being like told off or anything like that. You're actually truly coming from a place of, oh, okay, I'm doing this good, I'm doing that good. Okay, I did this minor things that you got to work on. And it's the same thing when you look at leadership. It's the same thing when you look at business. Same thing when you look at entrepreneurs. Because all of us here are married and we're entrepreneurs, so we've got the best. Well, some people say like the craziness of it all, but I like to say we've got the best of both worlds. We don't just have marriage; we have an entrepreneurship as well. So we got the best of both worlds, which has its plus and its minuses, right? But here's the thing: when you look at communicating, even in business, from the communication sandwich standpoint, you are going to see more success. You're going to see more growth in your team, in everyone that you interact with, because you're not just going, "Oh my gosh, you're doing this bad. You're doing this bad." Da 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 da. You're putting it in a way that they can absorb it, the way that they can understand it, the way that they can actually process it. Okay, and when you do it that way, relationship, have discussions in your marriage, because you're not just going blah 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 blah, bombarding them with things, right? And looking to like communication. Yes, I'm gonna give you like a ninja tip. I'm gonna give you a ninja tip which I think is so amazing. I can't remember, but it was on my Relationship Secrets Unlock Summit that I did. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. The summit where we had 7 amazing speakers, all talking about relationships, all talking about what it means to actually step into a healthy relationship. Some best-selling authors are in there, so you want to check that out. And like, I'll leave a link down below, or go in, or just send me a link. If I forgot to put the link down below, send me a DM and I will let you know where you can find that, because that is truly it's the best thing you can listen to. It's game changing. With that said, the, one of the doctors in there, I can't honestly, I say I can't remember his name, but I will. It's probably going to come back to me as soon as I finish this live. It's going to come back to me. But what he was saying was, what he taught in there was scheduling arguments. So it's not my thing, but it's something that he did, and I still do it every day. And that is, we schedule discussion. So with my husband and I, we don't just go, oh, blah, 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 talk. If it's something that's serious, it's something that we want attention. If it's something that we want to get either solved, we want attention, and we want focus, we schedule those. We schedule those discussions. And I know it sounds weird, like, you're a couple, you're married. Like, how are you scheduling discussions? Yes, we do. We schedule important discussions. We schedule things, or arguments. We even schedule arguments, because then it's not an argument. It's something that's irritations. It's something that's niggly. And we schedule it so that way, and we know what it's about, so that both parties come to it with a calmness, a knowing what's going to happen, what the question is, and it's never something that you caught off guard with. It's never something that you're like, oh, why are you talking to me about this? Da, da, da. You never caught blindsided. And when you come from that approach where you schedule, you give them, like, you treat it like a meeting, going, hey, this is the objective that we have for this meeting to discuss, and let's go from there. When you treat it from that standpoint, right, you are going to get so much better communication. You're going to get such a better response from your spouse, because it's scheduled. You're not going in there blind. You're not going in there, attacking. You're coming from a place of, hey, I want to solve this problem together. We want to mutually solve this. We want to actually come to an agreement together. And I love you so much. I'm giving you the courtesy to tell you what I want to discuss. I'm not just coming at you from left field, going blah 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 blah. I'm truly coming to you from a place of wanting to serve you, wanting to help you, wanting to grow and do life with you. And when you approach your discussions, your arguments, or anything like that, you're going to see change. You're going to see your relationship just growing stronger, growing in strength day after day, because you're treating, as I started off with, as in Ephesians 4:29, you're treating it with such, and yes, my husband actually has it on his diary, so that's why I can describe it. You're treating it with such respect, with such encouragement, with such biblical standing, that it's going to thrive. Okay, it's going to thrive. So with that said, hopefully that is giving you some tips on what you can do practically in your marriage and relationship to grow it strong, and how communication truly is key. With that said, I like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you again tomorrow. Bye.